Turkey's Air Force is at a really important point, dealing with a mix of modern military needs and world politics. For many years, Ankara planned to buy the American F-35 Lightning II, which is a very advanced stealth fighter. But that plan suddenly stopped in 2019 after Turkey bought the Russian S-400 air defense system. This led to Turkey being kicked out of the F-35 program. This decision left a big hole in their plan to update their military for the long run. Their next plan, which was to buy 40 new F-16 Block 70 jets and upgrade kits for their current planes from the United States, has also had many delays and political problems, making things even more uncertain for the Turkish Air Force. This long period of waiting has made Ankara look for other ways to keep its air power strong. The Eurofighter Typhoon, a very capable multi-purpose fighter made by a group of European countries, has become a strong and possible choice. This idea gained a lot of speed in July 2025, when Turkey and the United Kingdom signed an agreement about possibly buying 40 jets. This big step happened after Germany, which had been against the sale before, changed its mind. With both London and Berlin now seemingly on board, the Eurofighter offers a clear way forward, giving them a modern, Western-aligned plane without the political issues tied to Washington. This situation shows a big problem for Turkey's military plans. The country's air force has a lot of planes, but they are getting old. Most of them are older F-16 models and very old F-4 Phantoms. These planes are increasingly not as good as the advanced jets that other countries in the region are getting. Without new modern technology coming in steadily, Turkey risks falling behind in a difficult area. The confusion around the F-16 deal and being definitely out of the F-35 program have shown that relying on only one supplier is not reliable. This has pushed Turkey to work with more countries for defense and look at every possible way to make its country safer. This move towards the Eurofighter is more than just buying military equipment. It shows a possible change in Turkey's plan for buying defense items. It means they are moving towards working more with European partners and being practical about filling a very important gap in their abilities. While the F-16 deal is still a goal they are working on at the same time, going after the Typhoon shows Ankara's determination not to be left waiting. The decision to actively talk about buying these European jets shows an urgent need to make sure its air force stays a strong and scary force against new threats, and a changing balance of power in the Eastern Mediterranean and other areas. The Eurofighter Typhoon isn't just a replacement, it's a powerful plane on its own. It has many advanced features that directly meet Turkey's security needs. One of its most important features is how good it is at stopping other planes high up in the sky. The Typhoon can fly as high as 16,500 meters and reach a top speed of over 2,500 kilometers per hour. Also, its strong twin Eurojet EJ200 engines allow for supercruise, which means it can fly at supersonic speeds without using extra fuel-burning afterburners. This mix of speed and height lets it quickly stop enemy planes and control large areas of airspace, which is, a very important advantage for a country with long borders and interests in the sea. Beyond its pure performance, the Typhoon's sensor and weapon systems offer a big jump in technology. Turkey is reportedly interested in the newest Tranche 4 versions, which would come with the advanced Captor-E or ECRS Mk2 ESA radar. This powerful radar has advanced electronic attack abilities and helps pilots see more clearly what's happening around them. It also has the Pirate or passive infrared airborne track equipment sensor, which can quietly find and track stealth planes from far away. For Turkey, this means being able to fight against planes that are hard to see, like the F-35, which are being used by other countries in the region. This makes sure they aren't left blind in a future airfight. The plane's weapon capabilities are just as impressive and very important for Turkey's strategy. The possible deal is expected to include the MBDA Meteor, which is a missile powered by a ramjet that can hit targets beyond what the pilot can see, with a range of over 200 kilometers. This weapon is widely considered one of the best of its kind, able to outrange and outmaneuver most current threats. The Typhoon can also carry the Storm Shadow cruise missile, a long-range, accurate weapon that can hit important targets deep inside enemy territory. Having access to these advanced weapons would give the Turkish Air Force a strong way to stop attacks, and a clear advantage in both defending and attacking in air operations. In the end, all these features together make the Eurofighter a perfect temporary solution for Turkey. Its 13 hardpoints can carry up to 9 tons of weapons and fuel, giving it flexibility for different missions, and the ability to stay in the air for a long time. The ability to patrol for long periods, stop threats at high speed and height, and attack targets with better sensors and missiles directly addresses how old its F-4 fleet is and the urgent need to update. The Typhoon wouldn't just be an upgrade, it would be a game changer, making sure that the Turkish Air Force can effectively show its power and defend its own airspace while it waits for its next generation of planes made at home. While Turkey is looking at foreign planes, its big goal for the future is still to build its own defense industry. The main part of this effort is the KAAN, which is a project for a fifth-generation stealth fighter. The KAAN successfully flew for the first time in February 2024, which was a huge achievement that showed Turkey's growing skill in technology. However, a first flight is just the start of a long and complicated development journey. The plane is still years away from being mass-produced and becoming a fully working combat system. Realistic guesses say it won't be ready to use until at least the 2030s. The Hürjet, which is a local advanced trainer and light combat plane, faces a similar timeline before it can be used in large numbers. This development timeline creates a dangerous period in between. The security situation in the region isn't waiting for Turkey's local projects to be ready. Neighboring Greece, a longtime rival, is actively updating its air force with the French-made Dassault Rafale and is on track to get American F-35s. This buying spree threatens to clearly shift the delicate military balance in the Aegean Sea in Athens' favor. The ongoing conflicts in Syria, Iraq, and the Black Sea region further highlight the immediate need for a very capable air force that can stop aggression and respond to fast-moving crises. Relying on old F-16s against these modern threats is a risky move that Turkish planners don't want to take. The Eurofighter Typhoon is therefore seen as the perfect bridge to fill this important gap. Getting 40 modern Typhoons would immediately add advanced fourth-generation plus capabilities, allowing the Turkish Air Force to stay equal and counter the new jets being used by its neighbors. These planes would serve as a frontline defense for the next 10 years, making sure Turkey's air superiority isn't lost while the KAAN program moves forward. This approach allows Ankara to balance its immediate security needs with its long-term goal of being self-sufficient, making sure the country is protected now without giving up its future ambitions. Also, a Eurofighter deal has important effects on industry and the economy. The order would be a lifeline for the European group of companies, keeping production lines open at places like BAE Systems' Wharton plant, and supporting thousands of high-skilled jobs across the UK, Germany, and Spain. In return, Turkey is expected to ask for its own defense companies to be involved in making parts and gaining valuable experience. Ankara has made it clear it only wants brand-new Tranche 4 jets, rejecting any offers of older, used versions. This insistence on modern technology and working together on industry makes the deal good for both sides, strengthening both European industry and Turkey's defense base. Turkey now faces a huge decision with big effects on its national security, its future industries, and its relationships with other countries. The nation basically has three different paths, each with its own chances and risks. The first option is to wait for its own projects, mainly the KAAN fighter, to be ready. This path supports the main goal of being self-reliant and would make Turkey a major power in defense manufacturing. However, it's a high-risk plan that means accepting a 10-year period where it could be vulnerable, where its air force might be technologically outmatched by other countries in the region that are not standing still. The second option is to keep trying to improve relations with the United States in the hope of rejoining the F-35 program. This is still a tempting idea, as the F-35 is the standard for fifth-generation air power. Getting back in would give Turkey access to the most advanced stealth fighter available, and confirm its place within the main group of the NATO alliance. Yet this path is full of huge political difficulties. It would likely require Turkey to completely get rid of its S-400 systems, a compromise Ankara has so far been unwilling to make. Furthermore, any agreement would still need to go through the unpredictable and often difficult approval process within the US Congress. This leaves the third and most immediate option, buying the Eurofighter Typhoon now. This choice is a practical and balanced approach. It would quickly update the Turkish Air Force, dealing with the urgent security gap created by other countries in the region building up their weapons and the delays in other buying programs. It would also strengthen defense ties with important European allies like the UK and Germany, making Turkey's partnerships more varied instead of relying only on Washington. The deal promises benefits for industry that would support Turkey's own aerospace goals while giving European partners a much-needed export order, creating a win-win situation for jobs and production lines. Ultimately, the best choice for Turkey depends on how its leaders weigh immediate security against long-term goals. Waiting for the KAAN is a gamble on time, pushing for the F-35 is a gamble on politics. Acting now on the Eurofighter is a careful move to secure the present. Given the recent diplomatic breakthroughs and the urgent need to maintain a strong air defense, the Eurofighter Typhoon seems to be the most logical and strategically sound solution. It allows Turkey to protect its skies today, strengthen its alliances for tomorrow, and continue building the homegrown fleet of its future without leaving the nation exposed.
Join Intel Prime Channel membership today and get access to exclusive benefits, including early access to new videos, exclusive discounts on Intel products, behind-the-scenes content, live chat with me and other members. Other options will be soon available. Thank you for your support and for helping Intel Prime grow.